Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're back with one of my favorite Reddit subreddits, and it is Am I the Jerk? I guess I get to be the judge of that. We're going to read our stories, and I'm going to decide whether or not these people are the jerks in the situations that they find themselves in. So let's get started, shall we? Am I the jerk for telling my parents I won't be their live-in babysitter or take care of my baby sibling for them? I, 16-year-old female, am an only child, and that position will be expiring in October when my parents have their second child. Wow, that is a long time between children. How old are your parents? They were always supposed to be one and done with me, something I was aware of partly due to them finding childcare ridiculously expensive and mom enjoying her job too much to stay home. I think another part of it they are not very natural parents and are pretty much entirely hands off. We never do anything as a family, and they are not very involved in my life. They pay for stuff, and that is their contribution to my life. The pregnancy was a big shock for them and for me, I bet. I heard them discussing what the crap they would do, and my mom was repeatedly saying she was not going to stay at home and she was not going to take that much maternity leave, that she wants to be back at work ASAP. They complained about how much it will cost to get someone to watch the baby while they work and during the summers and stuff. I heard them mention me, and I was like, heck no. They sat me down a week ago and told me they had these plans for me to watch the baby for 3 to 4 hours after school until they get home from work. It would involve me quitting all my after school stuff and not hanging out with friends after school either. They also want me to stay home next summer and to consider hanging around to be there for the next few summers. I was like, no way. They told me I'm going to be a big sister now and that as part of the family, I have responsibilities. I told them they had responsibilities as parents, and I'm not a parent. I'm the child in their house. And they told me not for long. I said I could just rush to graduation and leave so they can't use me for free child care. I don't think they expected these reactions from me or the thought I had put into it. After I heard them talk with each other, I found out that I could graduate in December by talking to my guidance counselor. I'm almost finished my junior year now and could finish senior year early with the grades I keep and the work I do. That is definitely the most appealing option to me, and I'll be 17 in a couple of weeks anyway. My parents were really unhappy with me, and they told me I'm going to miss out so much by doing this. I told them I won't take care of or raise the baby for them, that I have my own life, and being stuck with a baby is not part of it. They told me I'm being incredibly selfish and to think about what I'm throwing away. They also said I won't be a very good sister if I refuse to be part of the baby's life. Am I the jerk? Oh, honey, you are so not the jerk. You are 16 years old, nearly 17 right now. It is not your responsibility to raise your brand new baby sibling. It is, as you said, your parents' responsibility. And just because they don't want to fork out money for childcare is not your fault. They have a responsibility to watch after this child, and that responsibility is not yours. So you are absolutely right. That it's not your responsibility to watch this child. Yes, you should want to be a part of this child's life, but that has absolutely nothing to do with taking over any responsibilities of raising this child, because this child is basically, the way it's set up now, would basically look to you as its parent, not its actual parents. So no, this is totally wrong of your parents to put that kind of responsibility on you, a 16, almost 17-year-old, because basically it would ruin your life, and that is not okay. Am I the jerk for forcing my daughter to learn sign language? I, a 49-year-old female, recently married my husband, 52 male, who has a deaf 7-year-old daughter. She communicates solely via ASL. For some background, my daughter, who is 17, female, is generally a very non-problematic teenager. She does amazing in school and has never caused any problems other than regular teenage hormone stuff. However, she doesn't like my husband and stepdaughter. She's not outwardly rude, but basically ignores their existence. Skipped stepdaughter's birthday party, doesn't engage in anything other than basic small talk with my husband. I did try to do family activities together to have them bond and all, but I stopped pushing it when it didn't happen. And as long as she's not being outwardly rude or harmful to them, I can't exactly punish her for not liking them. Now, since my relationship with my now husband started getting serious, I started taking ASL classes and am now basically as fluent as a hearing person can be. My daughter, however, never made an effort, which is okay since she technically has no responsibility towards her. However, recently my daughter has started watching Stepdaughter, which is paid, when we aren't around, which changes things. In my opinion, since she's now spending time in which she is responsible for a young child, she needs to learn to at least basically communicate. When I brought it up to her, she outright refused to make any effort at all. I tried recommending YouTube videos, but she refused to try learning even a couple of words, saying she's not responsible for my choice to be in the life of a disabled child. This issue has also been causing a lot of problems in my marriage. My husband confided in me that he's starting to feel uncomfortable with his young daughter living with someone who is so cold, she's refusing to make even the most basic effort or engage with her at all. He's brought up that he is considering divorce due to his concerns about how stepdaughter will be affected by this. So given all that, I had to finally put my foot down. I told my daughter that we have a disabled person living in our household for the foreseeable future, and if she wants to live here for college, she's graduating next month, she has to at least learn basic ASL. She doesn't have to be like her stepfather and stepsister, or she doesn't have to like them, nor does she have to hang out with them, but she does have to have the ability to communicate with her for the sake of safety and basic decency. I made it clear that if she chooses not to, she's welcome to live in a dorm that I'll pay for. It's just that living in our house, that is also my stepdaughter's house, my husband and I paid for equally, comes with basic rules. Well, my daughter hasn't spoken to me for 7 days, so it's about time I ask, am I the jerk? I'm gonna say that everyone sucks here. Your daughter, there's obviously something going on here with your daughter that you are missing. You're not asking her the right questions. Something is going on here where she is not making an effort here and treating your husband and stepdaughter with such a, I want to say ambivalence is the right word. Yeah, while she is right that it's not her place that you married someone that has a daughter that has a disability, you're right in that now that she is a part of the family, it would be basic decency now that she is to at least learn, hello, goodbye, just some basic terms so that you can at least communicate some with her just like you would a hearing person. That just doesn't make any sense otherwise, because what would she do if she was a hearing person? Would she just ignore her and not speak to her at all? I don't feel that that's what she would do if she was a if the stepdaughter was a hearing person. So there's something here going on. I think the stepdad is jumping the gun here on this whole, I'm going to divorce you if your daughter doesn't learn how to communicate thing. That is like really jumping the gun. There is no indication of how much time has passed. It could have been a couple of months. It could have been 6 months. It could have been a whole year. We don't know. And so, just based on what we have, it just feels like he's really jumping the gun to, I feel uncomfortable that my daughter's being made to feel uncomfortable, which hasn't been established so far that she feels uncomfortable, So immediately this calls for divorce. No, this calls for some serious family counseling. No. You don't just get a divorce because you feel uncomfortable. You go to counseling. And UOP, I don't think that you're wrong for what you want, but I definitely think that there are some things that you're not doing that you need to do. Some things that you're not asking your daughter that you need to ask. And so there are some ways that you can go here that you need to go. So yeah. Am I the jerk for telling a friend that she's not more important than my education? I am starting a fairly prestigious grad program in a few months. It's something I have worked hard for and something that is very important to me. I was talking to a good friend whom I've known about half my life. My friend does not put the same value on education that I do, and that's fine. Different strokes for different folks. However, she makes a comment about the privilege of school and questions the validity of the path in terms of financial solvency. Last week, she and I were talking, and she raised concerns when I stated that I didn't feel comfortable with making plans that extend into the time when grad school had started, as I wasn't sure about how much time I would have. Her response was that we make time for what is important, which I agree with in theory. However, I will be working, going to school, and maintaining my home. In addition, I have a pet who will need caring for, and I have chronic health issues that require doctor's appointments. I said that she's important, but not more important than school, paying my bills, and managing my responsibilities, pet, health, and home. She hung up, leaving me feeling like I had misstepped. Am I the jerk for telling her that she is not more important than my education or my pet? Edit. First, holy crap, this blew up. I thought I'd get maybe 20 responses. Lol. A couple of people have asked and suggested that I edit with this information. The plans are for a project that she is really passionate about and are a reoccurring weekly obligation for a few hours. It involves interactions with people, and I'm an introvert. I do have trouble navigating social cues. Not autistic or anything, and definitely not mean-spirited, just not my strong suit. For what it's worth, I'm also a she, part of my chronic issues involve being unable to have kids, a fairly recent development. My pet is helping me cope with the devastating news. My pet is still fairly young, so attention demands are greater at the moment. My friend is child free. I'm going to say there are no jerks here. So the friend just really wants you to be a part of this thing that she's developing. So she's not being a jerk in what she wants, in wanting you to be a part of that at all. And no, you're definitely not being a jerk in wanting to dedicate your time while you're in grad school to being in grad school. I actually went to grad school when I was in my late 20s, and I was working at the time, and I was married, and I have a child. I have a child, so, of course I had a child at the time, and, it was my responsibility to take care of much of the household work. So in order to take care of everything that I had to do, it's a job just to do all of that. And my actual job. So, my personal life was not much. I didn't have much of a personal life. My personal life had to wait until when I wasn't in grad school, which was usually during like breaks, and not summer break. I'm not talking about that. I went to grad school during the summer too. I'm just talking about like if they're, because they had spring break and fall break and stuff like that. And if that also, if, I was having some time off during work and that helped or whatever, it was easy for me to breathe and just take some time and get away. So, no, I totally understand. And I have chronic health issues too. So, OP, I really, really can understand what you're saying and what you're going through. So kudos to you for this. So no jerks here at all. And that is our final story. So tell me if you agree. And if you like this content, please like it and please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you later. Have a good day. Bye.